Hey you guys, it's Kenyatta and I am back again with another video. I'm coming back to do my June TBR, and the inspiration for this particular TBR came from Books with Brandie. I think that's how you say it. But I'm gonna leave her link in the description box if you haven't heard of her or you're not subscribed to her. Please make sure you go do that because she just, I don't know her personally, but she just seems like she's the sweetest person. I love her channel. So, but she shared her personal experience with the the protests and the riots, and her experience with police, and to show support in what's going on in America. She has decided to choose her TBR list by choosing African American writers. So that's what I did to show support to what's going on right now in America, and also what's going on with her and her friends who were affected by what's going on. So these are the 4 books I have selected. Since I've been able to read again for mental health reasons, I'm reading kind of slowly, so I don't know if I'm be able to finish all these, but I did choose 4 because you just never know. Aim high. Okay, so the book I started reading is On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. And this book, I've already started. I'm on chapter 6. This book is about a young lady who, well, her first book she wrote was The Hurt You Give. And it was it takes place in the gardens, and this book is set there too, this story. And this young girl lost her father when she was young, and he was a rapper, a well-known rapper in the community, and so she's like royalty in that community, and she's inspired. She wants to be a rapper too, but not just fall in his shadow. She wants to make a name for herself and to make a better life for herself, but she's faced with choices that she has to make. So, and also it deals with some it talks about what's happening, what their mindset is after what took place in The Hurt You Give. So it references that event a lot. So if you read The Hurt You Give and you haven't read this one, it references what happened in that book. But so far I like it, and again, written by Angie Thomas, and you probably already read it. It's been out for a while, but it's been on my shelf and I haven't read it yet, but I had a reason to finally pick it up, and I got this from the Book of the Month Club. The next book is Full Disclosure by Cameron Garrett, and I mentioned this in my Book of the Month Club unboxing. I just recently got this. This again is about a teenager who has HIV, and she is at a new school, starting over, fresh start, where no one knows her secret. But she gets into a relationship, and she knows that she has to tell them, but she's afraid. So she's debating on whether she can do that or not, I assume. But she gets a note saying that if she doesn't break up with him, they will expose her. So she has to face the questions and the choices of whether she's going to bow down, give them what they want, or tell her truth in the manner that she wants it to be told. Take the power. Take back that power. Take control of the situation. So I really want to read this book. Everybody doesn't have HIV, but I think it inspire people to be their true self no matter what your issue is. Like, I personally have learned to embrace my flaws, and I done that with the help of J. Cole's song Crooked Smile, because it taught me to love who I am despite what anybody says. I mean, it's okay to love myself. It's okay to accept who I am. It doesn't mean there's things about myself that I would not like to change. It just means that I'm allowed to love myself for who I am as I am today. And if I can't live my truth and be who I am, be my true self and love myself for who I am, flaws and all, then how can I expect anybody else to? So, I mean, yeah, I suffer from depression, but it's not because of insecurities. It's what goes on in my life. And sometimes that affects it. Well, I wouldn't say insecurities. It does affect my personal self-esteem, far as how I look. Insecurities. I do have insecurities because I'm always trying to be perfect, and when I'm having trouble pleasing people, I take it really hard when people are not happy with my work, or I let somebody down, or I feel like maybe in a relationship I just feel like I wasn't good enough. I take it too hard. So I think this is a good inspiration for anybody who has anything about themselves, that many doubts or anything that they're hiding, any insecurities. I think this would be a good help into learning how to love yourself, whatever the circumstance, because it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, I'm sure this is it's going to have some sadness to it, because I mean, nobody wants HIV. That is, I mean, a death sentence. But I mean, if you take that, if you look at it outside of that, I'm sure it's a lesson to gain from it. So that's what I'm looking forward to, the lesson. Because Lord knows I never want to get HIV. So, but I want to take the lesson that is being taught in this book. So, looking forward to this one. Now, this next book is called All Access When Our Real Lives ... From the New York Times bestseller author of Fly Girl, Omar Tyree. Oh, it says when our real lives become the biggest act. Omar Tyree. And this is a picture of him in the back. And I kind of remember this book, but I've never read it. But I kind of remember. I went to several book signings, but I did get this book signed. But I think I did get this from an actual book signing, because my next one is signed too. But I got that. Oh, wait a minute. Let me tell you what this is about, because I don't know. When veteran Atlanta broadcast news anchor Judy Pierce joins a celebrity gossip website, she lands a major interview with volatile superstar Sean Blake. The embattled entertainer then invites her to a reckless and unfiltered world that changes her life and career for the worse. Reported of having gang affiliations, domestic violence disputes, multiple child support cases, and murder charges, all of which never stick in court, Blake is viewed by some as Hollywood's next Denzel Washington. But is this up-and-coming and troubled actor all that he's rumored to be? A real bad ass? Or is it only an act? So, it sounds interesting. And this book, More Than I Can Bear by King Benjamin, author of Crybaby. Now, I was working at a bookstore called Beyond the Cup, and I actually bought this when he was bringing some books, and he signed it to Kenyatta. Thanks for your support, King KB. I haven't read this yet. Two People Pushed to Their Limits. Nicole is 27 years old and works as a financial advisor for a small bank. When a banking client she's had a crush on continues to pursue her, Nicole decides to throw caution to the wind and jump back in the dating game. The two discover they have magical chemistry, and they soon become the it couple among their family and friends. But once they take their vows, things take a drastic change for the worse. Tony is the man most women dream of walking into their lives and never leaving. He's young, handsome, and financially stable. After withdrawing from the world to mourn over the death of his parents, he meets Nicole, who ignites a fire inside of him. She pushes him to new heights in his career and is everything he could ask for. But when she can't deliver on the one thing most important to him, it sets off a chain of events that exposes a darker side of them, both that neither knew existed. So it sounds interesting. So, again, King Benjamin. So this is my June TBR. Hopefully I can get through these, but if not, I'll be reading them through July. I'm always messing up in these videos, but it is what it is. I'm not about to edit. I'm not about to re-record it. I ain't got time for all that. I'm doing this on my phone anyway, and I don't know how to edit on here, so it is what it is. So, again, check out Books by Brandie. I will put her a link in the description box. She's awesome. Check her out, subscribe, and like this video. Comment if you like, subscribe if you like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.